Hey, hey, everyone. Uh, it's Friday, and it's the end of a long week. But, do not despair, everyone. I'm here. Uh, it is kind of dark. One sec. And I'm looking a little haggard, yo. There we go. One sec. I do promise that we will get to some Golang. And but I have some things that I'm doing, and as you can see, very professional. I just drop my ring light anywhere I want to drop my ring light, which currently is draped over the top of my camera. Ah, what happened? I went away. Uh, well, that's not good. Do not adjust your screens. And oh wait, oh there we go. Got to plug it all the way in. Nope, nope. Tech, tech. There I am. Okay. Sorry, y'all. No, that's not what you were. There we go. Pretty, 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 pretty. Hello. Oh, there's me on YouTube. All right. So hello everybody. It's Brian. It's Friday. I'm completely checked out because I'm on vacation. I have said my goodbyes. I've said my out of offices. Oh, and well, not completely. And one second. So had a late development today. In addition to our house in contract and selling, and then Wednesday being the day that the appraiser and the inspector came, I found that I've been given a new job at work. Um, Looking forward to seeing you at it. Think. All right. So I have been talking to my boss and my boss's boss, and apparently they cannot find somebody to uh, work a process at work, and I appear to be uniquely qualified for it. Don't know what that means. Um, uh, a lot of hey, you're on the short list and you fill all the spots and what have you, uh, and it's going to be really fun and good. And so um, the upswing to this is I get to go on a trip at the end of the month to Santa Monica to some horrible, horrible place called the Le Meridien Delfina Resort. And it's for work, but it's kind of a fun thing. And my job is going to change a little bit to the point where I'm actually going to be going to Black Hat and DEF CON, or one or the other, for the first time ever, and do some work in Vegas for the first time ever at the HackerCon of HackerCons. So I'm looking forward to that. I already told Miss Berlin, Mr. Betcher, my co-hosts, and so it is what it is. So let me close some browser windows. I was told that my OPSEC sucks in my browser, and so I'm taking that to heart and dropping some uh, the tabs that might actually cause me some pain and grief, like my email or what have you. So, um, yeah. Hello, viewer. Hello, viewer. Oh, by the way, activity feed. Thank you, 0x display error and Farnosec for following. I think y'all joined me last Tuesday. Thank you for coming and hanging out. And of course, thanks to Digital Warhead. I saw Digital Warhead. I saw Mike on Wednesday at CSEC East. It was a great time at Cactus up here in Kirkland. Good to see everybody show up and hang out in person. So we had about 7 people. Um, we're slowly building our numbers for CSEC East back, and I'm looking forward to that. So, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sorry, I had checked out from work, but I had sent an email or sent a message to one of my soon to be new coworkers. Well, I mean, I already work with this person, but um, yeah, seems I'll be getting involved with that more as insert name here, person I'm not going to dox. All right. So yeah, taking a trip for 3 days to Santa Monica, and let me see, where's my browser? There it is. All right, so we're getting our browser and stuff open. This is the place that we're going to be at, La Meridienne Delfina. Apparently, it's a fairly swank joint. So there, it's pretty freaking nice. So I can't hate on that. It's not short notice, but as soon as I get back from vacation, which for those of you who watch the show regularly, I'm going to be out until at least the 15th. So next Monday through Friday. So we leave Sunday morning to go to New York and DC. We get back like Saturday ish. So I may do something Sunday night. But yeah, I'll be gone for the next 6 days. So I'll put something up on Twitch and in the Discord so that yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's going to be fun. So I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling in the next 3 weeks. So I'm not a lot for me, but not a lot for everyone else. So B-side Seattle. So if you're in the Seattle area, Bellevue, Redmond, Kirkland, what have you, B-side Seattle is happening on 20th of May. They released their speaker list. Tanya Yanka, of course. She Hacks Purple is going to probably 2017 for Secure Seattle, I think, at one time. She came and spoke. But there's going to be Career Village, talking about how to convert from, an IC. So Josh Michaels, Nerd Monkey, who's also one of the organizers of B-Side Seattle, is going to be talking about various things. So if you're looking to move from an IC to an organizational leader, some of these I might actually go see this talk because I just finished up some Harvard classes on talking about psychological safety. Might actually talk to Josh and pick his brain a little bit. But yeah, 20 May, that's going to be a fun time. But there's a good number of discussions here. So we've got J.R. Aquino, awesome person. Let me see who else. Oh yeah, Tanya Yanka, of course. Tracy Martin, Dat Security Chick on Twitter and Macedon. Also did DefendCon up here. Excellent person. Excellent discussions there. Yeah, some good discussions here. So you should definitely take a look. There's still tickets available as of today, which is the 7th of April. So yeah, go check those out. And yeah, I mean, there's going to be Career Village, GRC stuff. I'm sure they're going to do resume reviews as well, or you can find somebody to do a resume review with you. And there's an IoT workshop as well. I think they're going to take some expressive chipsets and SDKs to create an actual IoT device. So yeah, ESP32S3 dev board with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. They're going to attach some I2C sensors to it, which is pretty cool. So John Duxta, Elder Nerd. Wow. Okay. So you'll learn how to create an IoT device there. So something to go check out. And you might do a bit of coding. I'm guessing Python. But yeah, if you're looking to do some stuff there. So all righty. Let's see. How's everyone doing? How's our viewer this week? How's our people? Anybody having any issues? I'm going to turn off the preview there. So also I found out I'm going to be traveling to San Diego actually Memorial Day weekend. So I'll be in San Diego in my new house. So at some point I'll be streaming in my new house with absolutely nothing in it except a bed and maybe a TV and a couple of monitors. So it's gonna be good times. I don't know what that's gonna look like, but I'll have absolutely nothing in the place. So I may sit on a floor and do some streaming. So All right, close that. I'll need that for later. I can close these because I already have these downloaded. All right, good. Resources. Yeah, more stuff. Okay. GitHub. Oh, so Daddy Coco Man, Laren, Mr. Gray, on Twitter, where have you? Daddy Coco Man also is has wrote some volatility plugins. So if you are interested and you have some volatility, you use volatility for forensics or incident response or digital forensics. He has some uh, um, being able to like extract certificates and things. So if you are interested, I will put that in here because Mr. Gray has spoken. Hey, Digital Warhead, how are you? Um, sorry, I hadn't had a chance to go over to the chat channel. He was at HushCon, yes. He also is a DJ, nerdcore. Well, maybe not just nerdcore. I know he does a lot of DJing and rap and what have you. So, but excellent person. He's also spoke at one of our InfoSec campouts. Came out and did some stuff, and he's also spoke at CSEC East. So amazing person, very talented human being, and all around good person. So yeah, go and check out his stuff, and send him a hello and hey, I saw your stuff on BreakSec, and I'll make sure I tell him I gave him a shout out on here as well if he wants to hook that up. But yeah, excellent stuff in here. He's got a lot of yeah. There you go. Nerdcore. Okay, so he is a self nerdcore rapper. I didn't want to call him anything that he wasn't. So yeah, he's nerdcore. Yeah, so you can go check him out on Bandcamp, Spotify, and SoundCloud. But yeah, he does a lot of great stuff. So that's his stuff. So Mr. Gray, yeah, most of the projects here are random ideas he comes up with. Most of his projects are written in Python, which is not Go, but you know, um, yeah. So he gives talks on Python, Azure, and wireless security. So there you go. All right. So let me go back to what we were working on before. Let's see. Make sure all my screen isn't garbage. Okay, I'll start up VS Code. Ding. All right. So we were working through some things. I literally have not touched anything in VS Code or the browser for a week because I remember the last time I started working on this stuff, I had issues of finding it again. So what I wanted to do was make sure that I did not pooch it in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I think we were talking about handling errors, and let me shrink that a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Handling errors is in a solid code. Make sure call code from another module. Yes. Okay, so back up here. Hope I didn't. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Call module code. Yeah, there we go. Handling an error. Mm. Let me see. Creating a Go module package. Yeah, package main. Or was it package greetings? Yeah, package greetings. Import errors FMT. Returns named person. Okay, so we're back to this point right now under where we're handling and returning an error. The idea being that um, now I can make the browser. Okay. There we go. All right. Yeah. So okay, we've got everything here. Let me pull the browser window up a little. There we go. All right. We'll work through this. We'll work through this. It's an iterative process. um, there we go. All right. So we got to this. It says in this code, you change the function so that it returns two values, a string and an error. Your caller will check the second value to see if the error occurred. Any Go function can return multiple values. I want to listen to some chill hop. So for those of you also who didn't hear, we, there it is. There's our raccoon friend. So I'm using all this music with permission, as per their licensing agreements. Just in case, you can go check my Twitch channel page, and there we go. Oh my God, I didn't want to. Okay, what I'm gonna do is copy this, copy that. There we go. Don't want it to actually run in the browser. And look into the sky. Man, all of a sudden my computer is running very slowly. I hope that doesn't bode well for my my system. One second. And we're doing something. We're doing something. Come on, baby. Come on. Get it. There we go. There we go. Sorry, my desk is messy now because now that we don't have to worry about being show quality all the time, then I can put that down there. All right. Okay. So what we've done here is we've created two values, a string and an error. The caller will check the second value. If error occurred, any Go function can return multiple values. We're going to import Go standard library errors package so you can use its errors. So that's where we're seeing the import errors, to manipulate errors, unwrap error. And then we're going to add nil, meaning no error, as a second value in the successful return. That way the caller can see that the function succeeded. So that means we added nil, meaning no error, as a second value in the successful return. So that way we can see that the value of the function succeeded. I guess that means if you don't see something, then it worked successfully, or maybe it added something to the log files so that it doesn't pop up. All right. In your Go hello file, handle the new error now by returned by the function along with the non-value. So paste the following code into hello Go. Hello Go. All right. So let's see, what do we have here? Function main. We've got the log. We've got example greetings. Func main, set properties. I think I got down to the end of this. I think that's where I ended up being. Yeah. So println message, right? Format println message, and then close that. Log fatal error. If error is not nil, then fatal log error, right? Oh, that's where we're getting the nil from, right? Okay, add log set prefix greetings, log set 0, right? And then error, message error, use the walrus command to evaluate what's on the other side, greetings.hello, and then empty set. Okay, so we're going to request greeting message. All right, so you configure the log package to print the name greetings at the start of the log messages without timestamp or source information, right? If it says anything other than nil, print the error message. But if it completed correctly, then don't print anything, right? Is what it's trying to say. Now that you're passing an empty name, you'll get an error. All right, so Control S. Okay. So come on, there we go. Empty name, greetings, empty name, exit status 1. Okay, so that's exactly what should happen. It's common error handling in Go. Return an error as a value so the caller can check for it. Next, you'll use a Go slice for randomly selected greeting. Okay, so we did all that. So just a bit of a recap. I still have my volume maxed out, and the stream audio is still pretty quiet. You mean my audio, or like overall? Okay. Oh yeah, I do see that, don't I? Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me turn that up a little bit. Okay. I don't want to get it too high. Oh my God. Okay, I don't want to get it too high, and I also don't want to scream into the microphone. Overall stream audio. Interesting. Okay. Has it gotten better? I turned up the okay, yeah. I don't know why the volume got much better. I'm pinging between green and yellow right now, and I can see the Focusrite bouncing. So I don't know if the audio is any better. I don't want to make the audio, the music any louder to override my voice. So let me know, Digital Warhead, if the music in the background is too much. Okay. So thank you for that. I don't know how everything got all jacked up with the audio bits, but I have moved things around on the desk. Okay. All right. All right. Return a random greeting. All right. We're going to go back over here. In this section, you'll change your code so that instead of returning a single greeting every time, it returns one of the several predefined greeting messages. To do this, you'll use a Go slice. A slice is like an array, except that its size changes dramatically or dynamically as you add or remove items. Right. An array is static. A slice will allow you to add and remove things. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly in some of our earlier Go discussions, even the developers suggested slices over arrays. Okay, must have been mic audio. Okay, good. That's good. I hope I'm using my microphone on this and not like my freaking camera mic or something like that. All right, so we'll add a small slice to contain 3 greeting messages, then have your code return one of the messages randomly. For more on slices, see Go Slices in the Go blog. So there's copy link. There we go. Okay, so in greetings.go, which is the one that we used earlier, let me close my browser window here. Seriously though, I had to reset my desk every day we had a showing, and some of my stuff still isn't up to par yet. We didn't actually get our formal acknowledgement that we sold our house until Tuesday afternoon, so I'm still pulling through all that. Oh, there we go. Boink. There we go. That's better. Okay, that works out. Okay, so we're going to change our code so it looks like the following. So we've done errors FMT, and then we're going to math rand. Ideally, what this looks like is some kind of random number generator. So it's going to take a range of numbers 0 to 5, and every time you reiterate through, it's going to say 1 2 3 4 5 0 or 0 1 2 3 4, and it's going to pick one of those. Ideally, that's my guess. All right, and then all right, so we've added those 2 new packages, dependencies, if you will, and then we go back through. Hello returns a greeting. Blah. Okay, so we've got that. Hello returns a greeting for a named person. Func hello name string error. No name is given. If name. Okay, so we need to change some things here. If name is empty set, return name, and then errors.new empty name. Okay, we've done that. Create a message using random format. Okay, so that's not new. Wait. Okay, so we'll need to change this. Create a message using a random format. And then message, use the walrus, FMT sprintf, and then it's going to be all of that. So we're random format. All right, and then name, and then we're going to return message nil. So those work. All right, everything else from now on is new. So we're going to go dac init sets initial values for variables used in the function. Func init, and then rand seed time dot now dot Unix nano. I'm sure that is I have no idea what Unix Nano is. I'm sure they're going to tell us down on the bottom here. Not now, compiler. Okay. Did I not bring my water in here? God damn it. That's what you get for petting cats before you go live. So, all right, 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. I'll tell you, the allergy's been kicking my ass. All right, Unix Nano. Close that, and then we're going to go down here to the next bit. Random format returns one of a set of reading messages. Sorry, I remembered the picture of Grumpy Cat in my head. And so the random messages and greetings that I'm getting in my head for this are all Grumpy Cat. I miss Grumpy Cat. All right, so func, random, format, string. One of the things that kind of, I'm doing all these and the tutorials are great and everything. There's for me, there's a, how do I put this? There's a practicality of this, right? Or a practical this. It's like, it's easy to type a bunch of shit that you're getting into a tutorial, but there's another thing actually taking what you know here and applying it. Like, I need to do X. Well, I can't do that through a tutorial, or, just being able to greet somebody, or how do you actually make software? I know that sounds simple. It's like, how do you make software? I mean, but there's planning involved, right? And there's like, how do we make it do these things? And I've tried doing that before. I've been told you kind of break it down to its essential functions, like, web app. It's like, okay, you have an authentication part, and you have a display part, and there's like modules, like just like the import where we're doing these things. It's like there's various things you have to do, and it's like, okay, well, I've created the front end web page, and now I need to create a form on that page that'll be able to take something, and then I need to do and you iterate through these things. But getting to the point where it's like I can now create something is just odd to me. So I'm trying to figure that out, and from somebody who doesn't do this for a living, I find the idea that I just can sit down and just code something for shits and giggles. Grumpy Cat is my spirit animal in many ways. Yes. Walrus it up, and then let's see. Oh yeah, we're gonna. Where am I? Oh yeah, string. Not sting, string. Okay. Oh, so there's 3 of them here. So hi, %v, welcome. So we're creating, this is the slice that we're creating called string in this case. So great to see you, %v, bang. And then, oh, I forgot to put the comma at the top here. Those kinds of things will get you every time. And then hail, %v, well met. And I would imagine you could do as many as you wanted to. So I could do like, shove it, go away. That's a go away. There we go. Go away, %v. But what interests me here is this is a slice, so it never really ends, right? So you have to put the leading comma even at the end of this. So instead of like a list where you're like, Snickers, M&Ms, and Toblerone, there's always room for more, right? So you have to put that comma in so that way if you add or append things to it, everything works out properly, right? Hey, Mr. Pissy Fix-It. I feel the same way doing this stuff and learning a lot more about Python now. I mean, like most things, when I learned Python back in the day, I could look at Python code and go, okay, I know what this is, But it's like, I get why the copy paste is so prevalent, or the code reuse by a lot of folks, because it's like, it's hard to wrap my head around, sitting down and like, if you didn't have this tutorial and somebody said, hey, create a program that will, generate a greetings. It's like, how would I even go about building that, right? Mr. PC Fix, but I'm a security guy learning it, so I don't have to be a script kiddie anymore. Well, I'm a security person learning it as well, and I mean, it's not going to be my job, but for everybody who is out there trying to learn a programming language, I hope that you're learning something from me, because I'm learning it right along with you. So, but yeah, I mean, Go is a language you can use. I'm sure Python is the way to go with a lot of other things, like Mr. Gray. He's building some things in Python. But it's good to learn and understand different ways of doing things. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Mr. PC Fix It. It's it takes effort and takes doing. So, all right, and I said go away. So I added one called go away. So I'm gonna have to make sure that if I have anything specific in there, I've added an extra value in the slice that wasn't originally there. So ideally, what they're gonna do, what I'm hoping is going to happen is, it's going to randomly pick one of those 4 items, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so I've done that. Hail well met. Okay, scroll down one more. Return a randomly selected message format by specifying a random index for the slice of formats. So what I'm guessing is it looks at how many values are in the slice and then sets a number of strings or a number of a number to each one of those, and then it'll iterate through those. Digital Warhead, does the comma at the end of the slice just indicate a new entry so it's always growing? That was my guess. That's what I'm assuming. It's like, an array would be a static amount. So it's like you have 4 values in here, 0, 1, 2, and 3. This one would be like you have an array of values that go from 0 to infinity, but right now all we have is 4 in there, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So it's like, it's currently 0, 1, 2, and 3, and it could always be 0, 1, 2, and 3, but with the slice, it allows you to append, or put. I'm imagining there's some push and pop stuff for like Mr. PC Fix It. I think I learned push and pop for Python, where you could move, and I think we learned that in Go. You can actually modify like what index 0 is. So instead of hi welcome, it would be, shove off, pack sand, that kind of thing. You could change any or all of these, or you could append and add new ones at the bottom. All right, so click down here, return formats, rand intin. I don't know what intin is. Int in returns as an integer, a non-negative pseudo-random number in the half-open interval 0 to whatever number. Right, okay, so there you go. Your int in this case, it starts at 0, which would be hi %v welcome, so hi person welcome, all the way to the end of your slice, in this case, which would be go away. So panics if n is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so if your slice is complete, if your slice is completely empty, it will panic or error if there's no values in there. So let me see. So int in and then len. Right. So length of format. So it's asking for what's the length of the formats, which is this here. So formats, and these are the strings. So it's going to go len format of format. So it sees, I see 4 values starting 0, 1, 2, and 3. and then it's going to use a random integer based on 0, 1, 2, and 3, and it's just going to continue iterating through that every time you visit the website, or you visit, you refresh a page where it says, hey, greetings, blah, 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 go away, Brian, what have you. So I could continue adding ones in here. So I could say, you know, pack sand, dude. You know, that kind of thing. And it's just going to continue iterating. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, so it's going to go through that. All right. So let me make sure I've got everything good to go here. All right. In this code, you added a random format function, which is what we did up here. Yeah, random format function. So there's the random format function that returns a randomly selected format for a greeting message. So you're iterating through one of these items. Note, random format starts with a lowercase letter, making it accessible only to code in its own package. Ah, right. Okay. So we learned a little bit about that. Yeah, Beta Wolf. This is chill hop stuff. Yeah. This is my work music. So me and Chill Hop get along. So I blame Fuzzy Nop for that. So yeah, if I guess the capital R means it's kind of a global thing. So if you know, there's a slight change there if you didn't set that up properly. So random format, making it accessible only to code in its own package. In other words, not exported. Right. So if it was capital R, then technically you could use that value outside of your code. It would export outside. In random format, declare a format slice. So formats should be like, you know, format slice with 3 message formats. I added 2 more because I'm happy and fun. I'm thinking, yeah, hey Digital War, yeah, we missed Beta Wolf. I think he might have been moving still. I think that's what he was saying on Tuesday. He was moving out of his house into his new house. Congratulations, Beta Wolf. And so, yeah, we missed you in Kirkland, though. It was a good place. Cactus. If you get a chance to go down to Cactus in Kirkland, make it a point. There's some pretty good stuff. Declare a format slice with 3 message formats. I added 2 more because I just like to pooch it sometimes. Yeah, no, it's okay, Beta Wolf. It's all right. When declaring a slice, you omit its size in the brackets like this. So when declaring a slice, you omit the size in the brackets. All right. So yeah. So I imagine if you'd have put like 5, that would mean it almost sets it at, no, I don't want to say that, but it seems like if you omit the size, it would be an array. If you add a size, then it's an array. If you don't add one, then it would be treated as a string. And that's where you get the walrus thing here. If you had a value here, it would say, okay, formats, oh, I see a value here. That's an array, not a string, or not a slice. So yeah, unpacking is a long-term project. Not for my wife, though. If my wife has her way about it, the day we get our pack out from our pod, she's going to want everything unpacked that night. So hopefully July 7th, when we supposedly get our pack outs in the new joint, it won't be that painful. So you know what? Take it one box at a time, Beta Wolf. I mean, it's going to look daunting. Just take it one box at a time and take some breaks. You know, you've got years to get unpacked. I don't have that option, but you do in that respect. So let me see. This tells Go the size of the array underlying can be dynamically changed, right? So an array, the difference between a slice and array, of course, is whether one is dynamic and is not. So use mathrand to generate a random number, right? So we're going to use mathrand to give us a value between 0 and 4. An init function to seed the random package with the current time. Go executes init function. Okay, so current time executes init functions automatically at program startup after global variables have been initialized. For more about the init functions, see effective Go. Interesting. So the seed, or the entropy in this case, is going to be generated by the time variable, so interesting. Okay, so your entropy, which normally you don't need a lot, normally you need a lot of entropy for things like TLS or, you know, creating secure connections. This is just, hey, I need a value, and then I'm going to use that to denote 0 through 4. So you don't need a lot of entropy in this case. In hello, call the random format function to get a gay format for the message you'll return, then use the format and name value together to create the message. Okay, and then return the message or error as you did before. Okay, so in hello or hello go, change the code so it looks like the following. All right, so we're going to go back into hello.go. Oh, right, let me save this first. That way we don't have any issues. All right, so we've got everything func main. Let me see, we got func main, set properties, request a greeting message, message greetings, hello. All right, so we're gonna add a name, Gladys, or in this case, I'll put GLaDOS like we did before. As you can see down here, we added a greeting and print it, but we're gonna request a greeting. So we're gonna call it GLaDOS from, I'm assuming Halo. I didn't play the game. I just, yeah. All right, so at the command line in the directory, run hello go to confirm the code works. Run it multiple times. Notice the greeting changes. All right, so we're gonna save this as well. That way we don't screw something up. I'm gonna go ahead and save this again just in case. And then Control Shift backtick. Yes, okay. So Control Shift backtick, and then make sure we've got everything we need. Where am I at? I'm in the hello directory. All right. Hello. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's not good. Greetings? Greetings directory. Yeah. Oh, in the hello directory. No, let's go cd hello. There we go. We'll just do it that way. It's easier that way. Close that and close that. All right. So close this as well. All right. So we're in the hello directory, ls. Okay. So we got go and go hello. All right. So we're going to go run dot. Oh. Okay. So I have done something incorrect. What did I do wrong here? Let's see. Message greetings, hello. Okay. Scroll back up here to the top and make sure I didn't screw something up there. This is in greetings go. Okay. It says error loading workspace. You're outside of a module or go path source. Why is it saying that? File changes, watcher stopped unexpectedly, a reload of the window main. Okay. I'm going to, oh, I didn't ask it to do that, but it did it anyway. All right, let me see if that fixed something. No, I'm still getting issues. Okay, activating extensions, setting up workspace. Okay. Everything is better now. Let me save that and save that. Okay. All right, CLS. All right, now. Damn it. Expected new line in composite literal, possibly missing comma or, okay, so I've dorked it up somehow. 1 second here, let me, all right, I need to go back into greetings, so let's go to greetings. What have I done? What have I done? Let's see. All right, so we need random format. Okay, we've got all that. Nil. All right, so we've got funcinit, rand.seed. Okay, I made that lowercase r again. Time now, Unix nano. What directory? Line 35? It says line 35. Dorked something. See there. Okay, see digital warhead. I missed a comma. No portal. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, what are we learning from today? I'm learning that I forgot my commas after being cute and trying to add more stuff to the documentation. So, all right. So I've done that. I figured out where my comma is according to this, line 35, that's where you get the error message. Like you're looking on line 35, somewhere around the 22nd character, or I think that's what it means. But the 35 is the line usually. I forgot to put a comma here at the end of my slice because otherwise you get a problem, right? Unexpected new line in composite literal, which doesn't make any sense, but you're supposed to put a comma in all of your slices because this is not an array, right? So, all right. Oh, sons of bitches. What is the, undefined time? What? Okay, so did I do, okay, I did something wrong. Oh, it did something else wrong. Let me see. This is in Greetings Go. Okay, in Greetings Go. Where's Greetings Go? Okay, Greetings Go. Undefined is time. Time is undefined. Well, depending on who you are, yes. Okay, so this is on line 22. So time.now. Where's funk in it? Okay, time dot capital now. But look at that. Screwed that up. Okay, so maybe, all right, so 29 formats declared and not used. All right, let's clear the mechanism here first. Let's save that. Maybe everything predicates on line 23 not being, messed up. Okay, so we got one less error. Did you do the import? The import of what? Mr. PC Fix It. All right, so time. Yeah, I got it right there. Yeah, so time is in there. Math rand is in there. FMT and errors. So those are all in there. Yeah, the error went away. So yeah. So we have line 30 formats. Did I put the wrong thing in there? Formats, string. Okay, so I did that. I don't know why this is coming up like that. Formats declared and not used compiler. Unused var. Huh, interesting. Okay, so where did it... Is it supposed to just be format? Hello func name string. String error. Return name, errors.new, empty name. Okay. Message, sprintf, random format, name, return message nil. Func init, okay. Rand.capital S seed, time.capital N now. Unix.nano, okay, and enough of those little things. Okay, close that. Func, okay, func random format, capital F format, string, okay. Formats. Oh, wait a minute. I'm seeing something here. No, that should be that right there. Look at line 40, okay. Return for, look at that. Oh, big pimpin', look at you. Mr. PC Fix It. Doing code audits for me, look at you. You should put that on your resume now. Did code audits for, an idiot developer or something like that, You're absolutely correct, there it was. Oh, and I'm gonna get another error because this one is also not formats, right? So I need to have formats, length, it's looking for the lengths of formats. Exactly, right. Okay, so cross fingers, toes, legs, anything that can be crossed. Oh yeah, run it multiple times. So we get, yep, great to see, GLaDOS. Well met. Oh, well met. Go, go away. Oh, you know what? because I did not put %V in here, it may not pick pack sand dude. So I bet I have to put %V for that to work. And then I'll save it again. But I bet pack sand would never work because %V is not in that string. There you go. See? Now I wonder if I put it back, how many times that won't work. But yeah, I'm guessing it would include it, or it would allow it in the slice, but it will never reference it because it won't be used. Sure, I can. Oh, no. Oh, look at that. That's an interesting error. Or that's something interesting that should not have happened. Interesting. Okay, and I got error loading workspace again. I don't know what the hell that means. That's an interesting. That would be something that as a Mr. PC Fix-It, who's a security person, would be like, interesting. I'm not sure what you could do with that, but it's definitely something that's not expected behavior, or should not be expected behavior, especially if that was to pop up on a website or something like that. There might be some additional. Yeah, that is definitely an error. So, and that would be something interesting you would want to maybe highlight, or save for later, where you can go back and poke at, because some developer doesn't know what the hell he's doing in this case. So I don't know what the error loading workstation or workspace is, but yeah, they're Paxan GLaDOS. There you go. So yeah, and that might be a visible issue in Go. If I'm a developer and I had 5 options in there and I didn't put in the %V, that might run into some issues. So, all right, so we added a format, in call to get a format function, we'll return. We've done all that. Okay, so we've done all that. And now we're going to return greetings for multiple people. So, okay. At some point, my wife will come back from her nail appointment, and she will want to take my child to the Scottish joint, and I will have to order food. But for now, we're good. OWASP would frown on that. You mean from an AppSec point of view, that error kind of issue? I mean, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good practice. I mean, it definitely shows, there's something janky going on there. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it should have failed somewhat more gracefully, and just, in my opinion, it should not have referenced Pack Sand Dude at all, but maybe that's an issue that pops up. It's like, it should not have referenced Pack Sand if I didn't have a %V in there. But that maybe that's where the Go developers are like, oh, you will always suggest that inside of a string or something. I don't know. But yeah, that looks odd. So maybe we'll talk to Tanya Yonka, and I'll tell her I'm a developer now. Yes. Sorry, my wife just met. Sorry. The last hurdle that we had to get out of this house was the inspection and the appraisal, and the inspection passed and our appraisal was good. So solid. We are good to go. So there's nothing stopping us from moving now. That would have been the big thing. Would have been like, oh, they found something wrong and we'd have to spend thousands of dollars to fix it. Or it was appraised at $875. We got 10,000 more above market value than what we had asked for, and we need a new roof, that kind of thing. So, that is great work. Let me. Sorry. You don't want to hear the outburst I just gave on the stream. On the stream. Doink. lol. I can say lol, right? That's what all the cool kids say, lol. Laugh out loud. Lucifer our Lord, or whatever that is. Okay, so this is all about a module, right? So we've got a module that's calling dependencies or other modules. So we have a module upon a module upon a module. So we're returning modules for greetings for multiple people, but we're creating a module for this. So ideally, across our environment, the idea is we're trying to do sameness, right? We don't want to input this same, we don't want to reinvent the wheel for every web application out there. So if we can create a module called greetings that everybody can use and everybody's using the same code, and I guess back in the day somebody thought this was a good idea, and that's why we have all the problems that we have with dependencies and importing modules from GitHubs and what have you. Everybody wants to use the same code, the same way, in the same manner, and obviously inheriting some of the same vulnerabilities in this case. So, there we have, and that's why we're doing this, for homogeneity, for all intents and purposes. All right, so in the last changes you'll make to the module's code, you'll add support for getting greetings for multiple people in one request. In other words, you'll handle a multiple value input, then pair values in that input with a multiple value output. So it's a many to many kind of thing, many to many kind of output, instead of a many to one. Instead of the same greeting for the same 4 people, you're going to have the same 4 or 5 that we've got here with 4 or 5 people. So you'll have welcome Bob, welcome Jane, welcome Kevin, welcome Laren, that kind of thing. Or any one of those 4 or 5 people will get one of those 4 or 5 things. So Paxan, Jennifer, that kind of thing. But there's a hitch. Changing the hello function's parameter from a single name to a set of names would change the function's signature. If you had already published example.com/greetings module and users had already written code calling hello, that change would break their programs. Correct. In this situation, a better choice is to write a new function with a different name. Oh my God. Wow. All right. Huh. Yeah, I guess for backwards compatibility, that would make the most sense, right? That's why you build policies around allowed modules. Oh, that's a good point, Beta Wolf. Yeah. Yeah. The new function will take multiple parameters. Yeah, so in your module, basically that gives you an option, right? If I only want one person to be seen, backwards functionality would mean I don't break it. So we're going to create instead of if no name was given, returns a greeting for a named person, we're going to call it funkhello.multiple or something like that, probably. So in greetings.go, change your code so it looks like the following. So greetings.go. Here we go. Make it a little bigger for everybody so you can see what's up. All right, is that all the code? Okay, so this is the 12 or 15 lines that we're going to have. So hellos. So they just great. They just added a singular S to the whole thing. All right, so we're going to put it after sprintf format name. Excuse me. So it goes right here. All right, so hellos returns a map that associates maps. Okay, we learned a little about maps at the beginning of our tutorials on W3 Schools. On each of the named people, not to be confused with named with a greeting message. Whew, man, I don't know how. I don't know if you've ever bought or sold a house, but having your inspection passed and your appraisal was good is just that was the last hurdle. Everything's just kind of. So now we can go and enjoy our vacation. Because our biggest worry was they'd come back and tell us, complete ass over elbows, and we'd have to fix things. So, all right. So we're gonna create a map, and we're gonna call it Funk Hellos, Make sure you get your capitalizations correct, folks. Or, make sure you add your S's or not add your S's where you need to. So that's the important thing. All right, names. We're going to add names. And then we're going to create a string. So this is the array, or this is the slice, right? So we're going to create a slice called string again. Appraisal for me was a stressor for sure. We were told, Beta, that our realtor had already gone through. He didn't want us. He was like, they were like, when we were going through with the realtor, we were like, hey, should we have an inspection done ahead of time? And he was like, why would you do that? And we were like, well, we don't want to do anything disreputable, or we want to make sure we can head off any issues that come up ahead of time. And he's like, no, that's not how this works. He's like, you let them find whatever it is. Because if you get an inspector and you find out, oh, you need to replace your roof, or, the inspector goes, oh, you need to replace your roof, then you're going to spend $40,000 replacing your roof. When in fact, the spots or the changes that could be put into place could be far less and, still satisfy the owner. Maybe the owner doesn't care about who wouldn't care about the roof? But let's say, there's a hole in the wall or something. The appraiser is going to, or the inspector is going to say, change, fix this, and this will cost a couple $100. You can negotiate that stuff down, or like negotiate things out of the price. Instead of spending $40,000, you'd say, well, okay, we'll let you fix the roof. We'll just take $10,000 or $20,000 off as a to help offset some of the cost. So, he was quick to say, don't volunteer things. Not to be dishonest, just don't volunteer that information. Let them find it in some cases, which probably didn't sit well with my wife initially, but I think she understood from that point of view. 1 second. Okay. I'm going to shut down my computer because I'm going to be dropping that in. Yeah, there's concessions, right. The offer that we have here, they're not going to charge us for rent for 2 months. So it's probably because they already have a house and they're trying to sell theirs too. So they've got some things they've got to do, or, whatever, before they move over here. So we actually got to probably about $20,000 more than what we'd asked for. Because if we'd had rent back, then that would have been another $4,000 to $5,000 that we would have had to have paid out in rent for that. So, all right. Sorry for the disruption there. All right. All right. So we're going to create a map. String. So we've created a map. We're using the string slice from previously. And then we have string and error. And then, okay. And then a map to associate names with messages. And what I'm imagining is we're going to have a map with slices of names and variables, and then we're going to be able to iterate through those, right? We're going to loop through the slice of names, and we're going to iterate through the slice of greetings. Yeah. All right. Messages. Walrus. By the way, if anybody lives in New York, if you see me walking around, no, don't worry about it. I was like, if you see me walking around downtown near the theater where Wicked is, wave? I don't know. God forbid I ever get somebody who's like, oh, hey, hey, Brian, you just walk up to me, oh, hey, I heard you were going to be in my wife and family would probably go crazy because I'm, I'm not that much of a celebrity, so names, calling, the hello function to get a message for each name. Family in New York? Okay, cool. Yeah, we're actually flying to DC Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I think Wednesdays, Tuesday or Wednesday, we're going to be visiting the White House. We contacted our local Congress critter, and they were kind enough to get us a tour of the White House. Never been to the White House, so it'll be kind of interesting. I'm not famous, Beowulf. Shut your face. I'm not famous. Obviously, it didn't help in selling our house any quicker. And then we're gonna do another walrus. Hello, name. So we're not, this is different from hellos, according to this. There's a hellos and a hello, because we're calling the function hellos, and then hello name is down here. So that's what's coming up for the error message. So we're calling hello the previous function, right? Hello name, string, and then if name is in, otherwise, So all of this is part of the hello function that we're going to use for the error code. And see, the thing I have about this, they're saying that this is the way you should do it. My guess is, I don't think it's going to be this elegant in the real world. Where it's like, oh, well, we'll just create yet another one. Jordan? Who's Jordan? Michael Jordan? Jordan can't sell his house either? Is it Michael Jordan you're talking about, the Beowulf? I don't know. There's a lot of Jordans. So, okay. Where am I at? Message hello name. Oh yeah, if is not equal to nil. I didn't know Michael Jordan was selling his house, but you're right. Being too famous, what's that? What's just right famous? It's like what just right famous might be. What Jack Black or, Okay, I didn't know that. Well, considering he's got a new movie out about his life and the fact that he's tied to a sneaker, there's a lot of folks that don't realize that he actually played baseball and basketball at one time. So there are people who've grown up only knowing him from shoes. So retrieved message with the name. And then messages, name equal Jordan House. Okay. Interesting. And then all right, so we're going to have you know what? I bet that is I'm sure there's a better way of getting past this thing here, but I was typing inside of this and I need to go outside of this. I don't know if there's a hotkey that will automatically take you outside of this, because I just had to, go from here. I'm going in here like this and it's like, oh, okay, now I need to hit the arrow key to go down past that. So I'm sure that there's a way to do that from the keyboard, like a hotkey or something. Like I can, Control Shift Tab, which will take me outside of the bracket, but I don't know what that is. If anybody does know, though, that please let me know. All right, so if we did this right, everything should be good. That's everything in the list. Okay, so in this code, you had a hellos function whose parameter is a slice of names rather than a single name. Also, you change one of its return types from a string to a map. Okay. So you can return names mapped to the greeting messages. Have the new hellos function call the existing hello function. So if you're using the old version, you won't use hellos to call hello. You'll just use the old hello function. Version 2 is now hellos. So, this will help reduce duplication while also leaving both functions in place, also preserving backwards compatibility. Ideally, at some point, you may be like, hey, we're going to deprecate the hello function in this module. You'll want to, change all of your code to use hellos at this point or something like that. Or, you may keep it forever. And now that's why Windows has 32-bit compatibility issues or something like that. Create a messages map to associate each of the received names as a key with the generated message as value. In Hello, you initialize a map with the following syntax: make, map, key type, value type. So right here where we created the map, string, string. So key type and value type. So string and string. So, the key type is string, the value type is string. Which is kind of, I wonder if you could have put the key type as something else. So, or the value type is always going to be, oh, I see. No, okay. So it would be, in this case, let's say the string type was names and the value type was a Boolean. So you would put string bool. Or if it's a string and you're looking for an integer, you would put string int in this case. But we have a string, so Bob, and another string, which is the greetings type. So it'd be like, Bob and welcome, that kind of thing. So that's why we have string and string. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me I'm wrong there, but yeah, that's my guess. If you have the hellos function return this map, you have the hellos function return this map to the caller. For more information about maps, see Go Maps in action. All right, so copy this link. I will put that in the chat for y'all to partake of. Would you like to know more? Oh, and by the way, this is the location of where you can find these tutorials. This is the one specifically I'm working on, but they have a whole bunch of them. I think if I hit maximize, yeah, you can go back and go to tutorials here and poke around for that. So. All right. All right. So, all right. Loop through the names your function received, checking that each has a non-empty value, then associate a message with each. For this for loop, range returns two values: the index of the current item, so in the loop, and a copy of the item's value. You don't need the index, so use the go blank identifier, which we saw right. Where did I put that in? Oh, right here. So. We don't need the original string type. We just need the name, right? So that's why you're not seeing the initial bit here. So you don't need the index. So it won't give you like 0 and then Bob, or 1 and Jennifer, or 2 and Laren, that kind of thing. It'll just be Laren or Jennifer or Bob or Alice in this case. All right. So it's the blank identifier. So there's the blank identifier if you want. Oh, Beta Wolf, tell me how I'm wrong, and tell me on what I was wrong, because I didn't see that until you said something. Is it the string thing? String thing? Because, it's important for me not to get this wrong, because people are actually watching this and trying to learn. So type faster, brah. Type faster. Key type, value type. Oh. You're killing me, Beta Wolf. Killing me. So, okay. I appreciate you. So, what we're going to do is going to create a slice of names: Gladys, Smith, and Darren. So, we need to go back. Oh, I'm going to save this because I'm really, really bad at doing that. So, we go back to hello.go. Hello incorporates hello and hellos. And we're going to add a slice of names under func main. So right here. By the by, let me grab. You want to listen to the bit there. That's the YouTube channel on which they're on right now. So I just like it. It's, I got turned on to it back in the day. They're independent artists, which is always important to support. And they got me through the pandemic, so I can't hate on them. We're going to walrus that up. So slice of names, walrus is going to evaluate the slice in this case. Interesting. Okay, so in this case, we're not treating this as a slice. We're treating these as arrays. That's interesting. Okay, so why would we not make that a proper slice? There should be a comma after Darren here, but I don't understand why we're not doing that like we did with greetings. So we created this. That's interesting. Interesting. Okay. Well, it seems to me we would have done something similar to, like, you know, Gladys or GLaDOS in this case, comma, Samantha, and then Darren, and we would have done it like that, kind of like what we did with the greetings bit here, you know, where we had a leading comma at the end of this. But for whatever reason, they're not doing that with this slice. So I don't know how they can get away with doing it differently. Hey, buddy, I know that's 18 pounds of your food. I know, buddy. My chunky boy is loving on the cardboard box. Request greeting messages for the names. Messages. Otherwise, greetings dot hellos. Make sure you put the hellos in there, the multiple hellos, and then okay, so we need to remove this bit because we've added, if is not nil, then log fatal . Okay, so and then after log fatal if no error was returned, print the returned map of messages to the console. FMT println message is multiple. Okay, so because we're calling messages here, so we need to call messages here. Println, yeah. Okay, if no error was returned, print the returned map of messages to the console. And then I probably can remove this now because that's been gone for a bit. So, all right, we're gonna Control S. Alrighty. So with these changes, you create a names variable. So we created a names variable, evaluated as strings. Names variable is a slice type holding 3 names. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to put it in exactly as they say here, because as we mentioned before, they're treating it differently, and I'm not exactly sure why. But I don't want to do something that's going to cause an error message that I'm going to just have to go ahead and make this change anyway. Back. So I'm putting it in as name string GLaDOS or Gladys, whatever, Samantha and Darren. So we've got all those 3 in there. They're proper. Control S. Make sure everything is saved. And then we're going to pass the names variables and argument to the hellos function. So all 3 of these items are going to be added to hellos names with the idea that it's going to iterate through those that way. So, interesting. Okay, go run. So we're going to have a map. Whoa. Okay, so we're going to get a few more outputs because I've added 2 more to those, but that's janky as hell. That doesn't, I mean, obviously there's a reason for it, but this topic introduced maps for representing name value pairs. It also introduced the idea of preserving backward compatibility by implementing a new function for new or changed functionality in a module. For more about backward compatibility, see, would you like to know more? Keeping your modules compatible. Oink. There we go. All right, so we'll go ahead and run this. Undefined. Oh, okay. So line 29, I put a line 29 in greetings. Did I put a name instead? Let's line 29. Name. Is it supposed to be names? Names. Did I change it up here? Did I forget to change it up here? No, it says hello name. Names string. Hello names string. Map error. Range. Range names. Yep. See, there you go. See, that's going to get me every time. Okay. So it was correct, obviously. Line 29 around character 23. Undefined name. So now I save this and then I rerun it. Ding. What's interesting is it didn't tell them to pack sand. It just put all the friendly ones that people should use. Ideally, there we go. So now we're getting some pack sand and, pack sand GLaDOS. Great to see you, Samantha. So you have 3 names and there's 5 things. So 2 of them are not going to be used. So we could expand that out by adding, Laren and Brian. There you go. And then we can save that and run it again. We're going to get more, hi Brian, welcome Darren, Paxan Darren, GLaDOS. So it obviously is not showing all the people either. So hi Laren, welcome Samantha. So you're getting more than one Darren, which I found interesting. Yeah, Darren. There's 2 Darrens. I don't know why Darren keeps coming up again, but Darren comes up twice. I guess Go likes Darren or something. So I wonder if I changed it to Bill. Where's Bill? Yeah. We get 2 Bills again? Nope, we got 2 Brians this time. And 2 Samantha. No, 1 Samantha and 2 Bills. Or 2 Brians anyway. Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at both Brians here, but it's like Brian, Brian colon, Bill Hale, Bill well met. Okay, so there's 2 Bills in this one. Anyway, all right. So it iterates through each of the users, and it iterates through all of the random bits there. Ideally, you could do the same thing for the names, where you could iterate randomly through it, and it'd be like, "Hello, Samantha," "Hi, welcome, Sam," that kind of thing. All right, so add a test. So next you'll use Go features to create a unit test. Oh my God. So unit tests are great. Mr. PC Fix-It probably they're not what they call unit tests. This is actually something that I suggest when going on pen tests. If you are testing an API, your QA team will also be testing that API, and they will have potentially test harnesses. And one of the things that I like to ask on engagements as a TPM for my testers, because I'm trying to look out for my testers so that they don't have to build a test harness, is does your QA team have a test harness they could share, or some use cases or some test cases that they can share, so that way my team is not spending time writing your test cases for your QA team. So I often try to, ask those questions. A lot of times it's like, oh yeah, we don't have any. And it's like, well, do you have a QA team? I'm told but legal's supposed to tell me, says that I'm supposed to say yes. So, if you're on an engagement and they have a QA team and you know that they have a QA team, it doesn't hurt to ask what artifacts or what things you can get from the company that you're about to do a test on. That will make it easier for you to not have to spend a day and a half writing up a test harness. So, anywho, now that you've gotten your code to a stable state, yeah, it doesn't make any errors anymore. Okay, I'll call it stable. We add a test. Testing your code during development can expose bugs that find their way in as you make changes. Oh, okay, like hey, you don't put a %v in and you get some kind of weird error message like we saw earlier. In this topic, you add a test for the hello function. All right. So, I'm actually surprised. I'm not sure I want to jinx it. I'm actually surprised my wireless connection in my house is stable enough to not need Ethernet on my home Wi-Fi. I'm waiting for things to die on me all of a sudden. So, Go's built-in support for unit testing makes it easier to test as you go. Specifically, using naming conventions, Go's testing package. So there's a testing package. So it doesn't denote it very well. I mean, you can see the differences in the font here. Testing, and the G's are different. So this is actually supposed to be like an italicized or a different font. And the Go test command, you can quickly write and execute tests. In the greetings directory, create a file called greetingstest.go. All right, so in the greetings directory, create a file called greetingstest.go. Okay? Ending a file's name with _test.go tells the go test command this file contains test function. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. At least in my limited experience, I did not realize that. Huh. If anybody out there knows, if one of you three or anybody who's on the VOD knows, is there any other scripting language or programming language that has that kind of naming convention and it expects that kind of thing? Can you go like _test.java or something like that, and it automatically knows that is a test harness or a test function? I am not aware, but if anybody else is, please let me know. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, maybe I should go and check that out. I think I flew my Mommy United, not American. So our greetings go. Let's make sure we save those and save that just in case. All right, greetings _test.go. Move that over here. In greetings _test.go, paste the following code and save the file. All right, package. Interesting. So we're actually grabbing package greetings. So we're calling the module or the package in this case. Import testing and regexp. All right. Test hello name calls greetings dot hello with a name, checking for a. I'm starting to understand why they use // because my pinky's right there. I can just hit it. Value. Func test hello name T. Whoa. That wait, what happened here? Okay, so the minute I put that func in, some janky stuff came up here. So, there's a little box here. I'm assuming that's like denotes that this is for test information. All right, we'll testing.t. Name. We're gonna do the sweet walrus. Gladys. Want. Okay. regexp dot must compile. Whoa. Okay, something else happened there. Wait, no. Something else happened there. I don't know what. regexp. Oh, okay. So I did that. So interesting. So when I call regexp and I put must, oh, immediately it changed that up. That's interesting. Okay. And we're doing global, right? So must compile is exportable because it's must compile with capital M and capital C. Okay. Oh, Kriznap. All right, there we go. Backtick. So that's the backslashes that are above the tab. Backtick. Percent B or backslash escape B. So it's and then backtick again. Plus nope. No. Plus name plus backtick backslash B. So you're escaping B, so it's like bold, I believe, backslash B. Or no. 1 second. Backslash B in Golang. Set of characters as B as alternatives. Backslash B is word boundary. Okay, so an ASCII word boundary. For those of you, make that a little bigger for y'all, and you can grab the syntax for that if you're following along. That way you'll have it. So at ASCII word boundary, W on one side and capital W, capital A, or capital Z on the other. Interesting. Yeah. Capital B, or little b, capital B is not at ASCII word boundary. So it's interesting how the capitals sets the not condition on that. Okay, go back to where I was. Okay, this is where I was. All right. B, okay. And then we go MSG, oops, comment, walrus, hello, GLaDOS. Never played Portal either, Beta Wolf. I seriously have missed a ton of stuff, and I know that Portal is kind of based on, you know, it uses this like Half-Life or whatever engine. Yeah, I don't have time to play games. I want to. I don't, you know. It's just that would be all I would do, and then I wouldn't stream with you, lovely people. And nobody wants to watch me play, you know, Half-Life or whatever. So, bang not nil. And yet I do know that there are people that sit around for hours and play games with people watching. What I don't understand is why does it keep bouncing between this test hello name and what have you. So yeah, Beta Wolf, you're right. I fully understand that, except I want to play games, but I can't because I don't find it as enjoyable as I did when I was a kid. The last one I ever played was, for any length of time, was World of Warcraft when Pandaria came out, Mists of Pandaria, which everyone was like, oh, that's just a really re-sleeved Kung Fu Panda kind of thing, and you're trying to work the Kung Fu Panda angle there. All right, so equals. I liked it well enough, but it was like every other game that I ever played that was an MMO. I ended up playing a lot by myself, and it wasn't really massive multiplayer. It was just me grinding out rat tails and shit forever, and I was like, I mean, I loved the lore. I mean, I would just walk around and talk to people, and I was pretty much a lore hound. I loved those things, but it was, you know, I was in a guild, but, you know, they were on the East Coast, or it just wasn't a good time for them to play ever. And it was like, okay, when are we going to do stuff? And it was like, oh, well, we're all level 85 and you're like level 40. So you're assed out. And it's like, well, okay, there's not a good time to, you know, for me to level up, and it's going to take me forever because I don't bot and I didn't do any of that stuff. So yes, I know I'm a whiny bitch. I know. All right. So, I think I should have, okay, let me make sure I've nested all of my, okay, I've got that one. Okay. The one thing it revolutionized, I think, text IDEs was when it would actually show you where your nests are for your bits. So like it shows you where your, like this one here, that one there. So WoW used to be a real MMO, and then the insane amount of changes they made ruined the whole social aspect. I think Final Fantasy XIV, Elder Scrolls, EVE Online, Guild Wars are still doing a decent enough job. Yeah, EVE Online I know is still fairly, I mean, with the, do they have clans? They have something, but it's like, you can build ships and, people inside. It's there's definitely still a need, a social aspect there. All right, so let's see, close. All right, down there. All right, and then again, with games like EVE Online and all those, you have to spend 100 hours or so to, get your stuff right where you need it, and it's like meetings at work. Once you start, having half a dozen people trying to coordinate things outside of work, it's like, oh, I can't make it, I have a family event, or oh, sorry, I can't do it. And it's like, oh, you end up being the only person on there. Because I was one of those people that I treated it like a meeting. It's like, if we're going to do something at 5 o'clock, I expect everybody to be there at 5 o'clock. And it's like, oh, it's 5:15. Sorry, I'm, finishing up eating or something like that. It's like, look, it's 5 fucking o'clock, that kind of thing. So I didn't treat it very well. So what the hell? Okay, so that popped up. That's an interesting bit there. I didn't expect. I want to make sure I put that back so I don't forget it. Testing.t. Yeah, Eve gets in. Yeah, I would imagine Eve gets intense. There's a lot of drama there that I've seen. At least, if it's big enough that it actually makes. I think the last thing I saw was somebody got expelled from their group or from their clan, and it was like a high-ranking member of that organization because of some harassment issues or something. I'm like, holy shit! It's like a world up unto itself. It's like by day you're what, Mr. Anderson, and by night you're Neo, well-known hacker in the community and what have you. Especially if you get doxxed and people find out, oh, you're actually that person and you work with that person, and you find out, oh, they're jackass or whatever. T.fatal F tac low empty set equals %Q %V. There have also been people who have essentially been spies and infiltrated corps to take them down. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, it's just a game, people. But, some people take that shit too far. Yeah, I'm old. Yes, I recognize that. I am an old person, and I don't understand. I'm one of the olds. So, all right. So, that's interesting. We have one of those down there. I'm not sure what caused that, but all right. So this is all the code, I believe, is correct. All right. We've got our nests correct, right? Got our nests correct. Yes. Okay. All right. So in this code, don't we love it now? You implement test functions in the same package as the code you're testing. You create 2 test functions. So we got func hello test hello name, and func hello test, or test hello empty. So ideally, what's going to happen is if it's an empty set, it'll test for an empty set. Oh, I'm going to run into some issues if I don't keep sameness across my system here. So one of the joys of being cute and changing up something is, you've got to get it right everywhere. So obviously, so GLaDOS. Yes, test functions have the form test name, where name says something about specific test. Also, test functions take a pointer to the testing package's testing.t type as a parameter. You use this parameter's methods for reporting and logging from your test. Wow. Is this how it is for everybody? I mean, it's crazy. Okay. it just occurs to me that I've never actually, I don't think, seen a test harness, because again, I don't make them. I'm not a QA person. I've not tested all the pens. So this is interesting. This is Control S. All right, make sure I save all that. I've not tested the pens. So what is this? Click to run tests. Right click for more options. Oh, look at that. Well, that's kind of cool. Interesting. So you can run certain parts of this. You don't have to run the whole thing. You only test the pencils. Yes. Very, very good. Very good, Beta Wolf. Yes. All right. So let me see. Test name. Use this function. Implement two tests. Test hello name calls the hello function, passing the name value with which the function should be able to return a valid response message. If the call returns an error or an unexpected response message, one that doesn't include the name you passed in, use the T parameter's fatal F method to print a message to the console and end execution. Test hello empty calls the hello function with an empty string. This test is designed to confirm that your error handling works. If the call returns a non-empty string or no error, you use the T parameter's fatal F method to print a message to the console and end execution. I find it interesting. Like I said, you can run certain parts of this, not the whole thing, or you can run the whole thing. I would imagine. At the command line in the greetings directory, run the go test command to execute the test. Oh, well, that's kind of cool. The go test command executes test functions whose names begin with the test and test files whose names end with _test.go. You can add the -v flag to get the verbose output that lists all of the tests and their results. The tests should pass. That's pretty cool. Okay. Right on. All right, so I'm in the directory. Am I? Okay, so I need to go cd /greetings. I'm assuming I have to be in a greetings directory to run go test. Hey, that worked. Hey, yeah, look at that. I made a thing, yo. All right, we'll go test -v, and we'll get the verbosity. Run, hello test name, pass. That's kind of cool. So it shows you it runs in so many seconds. I wonder why they need to know the seconds. Is that a performant thing? Like, I'd imagine, if it takes 25 seconds to run this test, presumably anybody who gives it that same input means that the script is going to take 25 seconds for them to complete login or page loading or something like that. Right, timeouts or performance. Right, Beta Wolf. So if it takes 25 seconds for this to run, that means every time somebody comes to your site and gets more documents to sign. Our realtor told us it would be Monday before the inspector had everything done, but then it's not the case. So it's super performant. It took only 0.4 seconds to run, so faster than I can think, and everything passed okay. And actually, wow, okay, they ran this on a super fast system because I have 128 gigs of RAM and 12 cores, and it took me a whole 0.1 second almost. No, mine's just slightly slower. So it's different every time. Holy crap, it's getting slower. Yeah, it's all over the place. But I mean, you're going to take that in aggregate, right? You might actually run this multiple times to get like an aggregate amount. So it's going to run anywhere between, the variance was anywhere between, in this case, 0.403 and 0.555. So, I mean, you might take an aggregate amount, or you might take the average of those four things and go, okay, the average is going to be 0.47, something like that. And if you're looking for less than 1 second, you're good to go. But if you're looking at something really short, like it needs to be below 0.4, then you're like, okay, what do I need to do to speed this up, or that. So it's not performant enough in this case. You might actually, I don't know if compiling it would actually make it faster, but I mean, if that was an option, you might look at things like, trying to figure out how to make it faster, or, adding load balancers or some kind of caching in front that would make it more performant in that case. I'm just spitballing. So, I mean, there's probably a numerous myriad of things, and this may not even be the best way to write this code now, considering this was when it was written. So there's multiple options there. Okay, I still don't know why I'm getting the error loading workspace thing. That's really weird. You're outside of a module and outside of go past the source. If you're using modules, open your editor to a directory in your module. Okay, yeah, that's not worth the time and effort. All right, at the command line in the greetings directory, run go test to execute the test. I already did that. Wait, I'm in the greetings directory. I already ran this. I'm not quite sure. Oh, I see. I've got more shit to do. Okay, we want to break this to view a failing test. All right, so test hello function checks return value for the name you specified in the hello action function parameter. To view a failing test result, change to greetings.hello function so it no longer includes the name. Oh, okay. In greetings.go, right here. We are going to paste the following code in place of the hello function. Note that the highlighted lines change the value that the function returns as if the name argument had been accidentally removed, or, not done correctly as per my normal typing stuff. So create, where is it? Let me see. Returns a greeting for the named person. Hello returns a greeting for the named person if known is given. All right, so create a message using a random format. All right, so we're going to comment this out because they want us to make sure we can keep that. What we're going to do is we're going to dork this up real good by just putting message walrus doink fmt s print, not sprint, s print, and then random format. All right, so we've done it. We've broken it successfully. Doink. All right, we've saved it. At the command line in the greetings directory, again, run go test. Fail. Look at that. Look at that. All right, scroll up here. All right, so we got a little red thing here. I guess these, blue is good, red is bad with X's in it. Greetings. This failed at GLaDOS. Go away. We want a match for GLaDOS nil. Exit failure. Right. Gladys hail well met. Fail exit 1. 0.426. Wow, that was slow. That was very slow. Okay. And the next and last topic, you'll see how to compile and install your code to run it locally. I'm wondering if compilation actually makes it go faster, but we'll see. We'll see. And then I think that's probably going to be all I'm going to have time for today, even though my wife is not home. We're getting ready. I think this is the first weekend in 6 weeks that we're not either moving shit out of our house or staging or making sure that we can get out of the house and shoving our cats into a room and closing the door. This will be like the first weekend in that long that we can just sit around and do nothing. So, all right. So I've saved that. I saved hello. Save. Make sure we save all of our stuff here. All right. Okay. So compile and install the application. In the last topic, you'll learn a couple of new Go commands. While the Go run command is a useful shortcut for compiling and running a program when you're making frequent changes, it doesn't generate binary executables. This topic introduces 2 additional commands for the building code. Now, so just for all of you who may be joining for the first time and listening for the first time, I started with Go instead of like Python or Ruby or what have you, because one, I heard it's kind of it was at the time that I started all this, the go-to for like new malware people. It doesn't require any additional, it doesn't require like a Python executable to be on your local computer, the infected computer in this case, to run the Python code. Go will automatically compile for Linux, Windows, Mac, etc. without any additional bits, and you can run, run it that way. That may not be the case with Python anymore, but that was what I understood Go can do. So the go build command compiles the packages along with their dependencies, but it doesn't install the results. Go install command compiles and installs the packages. So like when you're compiling C code, you have to make install. There's a couple other things like you can make test, make install. So you can make test, and then depending on whether or not that actually runs correctly, then you would make install. Or you make up. I think you can make update as well, which would update the existing binary once it's been compiled and copy it into place where it needs to be. All right. So from the command line in the hello directory, run the go build command to compile the code into an executable. I'm wondering if it wants me to go back in and fix that because. So this is the hello directory that it wants me to go to. So I'm going to go cd. So go up a directory and go into the hello directory. All right, so I've done that. So I'm going to go build. Now, if I remember correctly from the previous screen, I actually broke greetings. I didn't break the hello directory. So we'll have to probably go in and unfunc this if we get some error messages. So go build. We're going to go build this. Enter. Oh, that was it. Okay. All right. Let's ls. All right. So we have an exe file. There it is, right there. All right. So we, according to this, you can go on Windows. You type hello exe, or in Linux and Mac, because it's got an executable bit set, you just /hello. So I will go. Interesting. Okay, so if you trust this command, do $/hello. That might actually be an issue that they'll need to look at. Okay, there you go. So, yes, in this case, this is not correct in the current version 1.20.2 that I'm using of on Windows. So you have to do /. Maybe they tell you that at the bottom here. I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely something you'll need to look at, and a little gotcha there for you folk if you are trying to run this on anything later than 1.16. So. All right, so we got what we needed there. There's the map for that. All right. You've compiled the application into an executable so you can run it, but to run it currently, your prompt needs to either be in the executables directory or specify the executable's path. Oh, okay. So we're specifying the executable's path by being /. If this directory had been in our path, in this case, my drive, GitHub projects, whatever, I could have just done hello.exe. So just keep that in mind when you're running this. If it's not directly in your echo, percent path or what have you, I think you can go percent path. Nope, cannot do that. Okay. Anyway, in Windows, you can do that on like cmd.exe or something like that. But yeah, if this is not in your initial path for your OS, then you're gonna have to change that. You'll treat it very much like Mac and Linux in this case, /hello. So next you'll install the executable so you can run it without specifying the path. Okay, so we're gonna run it specific. All right, discover the go install path where the go command will install the current package. You can discover the install path by running go list command as in the following example. Go list dash and then dank dot target dank. And all right, so users bin hello bin go exe. Interesting. Okay. All right. It's treat 30 at our house here. For example, the command's output may say home gopher bin hello, meaning the binaries are installed to home gopher bin. You'll need to this install directory in the next step. Okay, so in this case, what I need is C users Brian go bin hello.exe. Control C. There we go. Next, add the go install directory in your system's path. So on Windows, set path, %path, and then in path to your install directory. I'm not sure I really want to do this, but okay. Set path equal to, and then so %path is going to call the existing path. You're basically appending new things to it. So, hello. Yeah, I'll call it in here in about 10 minutes. And then you add the install directory minus the hello bit. So, okay, so interesting. I'm wondering, let me see, let me go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do the DocuSign, not the other one. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to open up this. And so thankfully it kept my history. So interesting. I don't know why that didn't work. As an alternative, if you already have a directory like home bin in your shell and you'd like to install your Go programs there, you can change the install target by setting go bin variable in go env. W go bin. All right, so okay, so that worked. I'm not sure why the set path did not work. Term go bin is not recognized as a name of a commandlet or what have you. Yeah, I know, but that's not my point. C colon. I didn't have to put commas or anything around it. Interesting. Once you've updated the shell path, run go install to compile and install the packages. All right, so let me go back to the original here. We're in hello, so we'll say go install. Okay, that was easy enough. I'll just type hello. Hey, that worked. Hey, look at that. Cool. Okay, and then I hopefully can go hello. Look at that. Hercules, Hercules. Yeah, so there you go. Very cool. That was a nice little tutorial on how to make a module. And I'm glad I was able to finish this up before I went on holiday and took the week off. So conclusions and links to more information. Oh, there you go. This is part of a multi-created Go module. So yeah, here's the entire link if you want to go and run through the same module tutorial that I just did. For more on managing dependencies, see managing dependencies. For more about developing modules for others, developing and publishing modules. Also known as why are you ruining people's lives by publishing modules. No, I'm just kidding. There's a good reason for publishing modules. It's just I think that some people forget about things like maintaining them, or the issue of, hey, you've gotten popular, now this is not just fun, this is your freaking job outside of your regular work. People forget that, and then it's like, oh, please pay me, and then it's like nobody wants to pay you. So what the hell? That's interesting. I don't know why that happened, but I have plenty of juice left in my battery pack. So, is this from Tutorial Edge? Oh no, it's from the Go people. Yeah, I had the Tutorial Edge stuff up as well, and I think I put that in a previous discussion. Let me see if I have the Tutorial Edge stuff here. There. Okay. So just as an aside for all of y'all. Now I don't hope it gets bought by a big company. Why is that? Why do I want to hope it gets the module? Yeah, if it gets bought by a big company. Yeah. So they have some really excellent stuff here, including like OAuth tutorials for Go, face recognition tutorial, which I don't know if I want to do that one, but they have a ton of stuff in here. For the module, yeah. So you can go look at all that stuff. You can just build a solid continuous integration pipeline with Travis CI for your Go projects. Apparently that's a thing you can do. Creating a real-time chat and activity system with Getstream.io, so I can create my own Discord. Ironically enough, here is the Discord. If you found value in this, please feel free to join us there. This was the OAuth 2 tutorial. They do have some premium stuff, so if you find value in Tutorial Edge, maybe throw them a bone and go get some pricing in. It's the pricing page, they're 25% off access, so it's $12.99 a month. I'm assuming you're getting the 20% off on that, or 25% off if you use code FUNKMAIN at checkout. 20% off of $130. That's what, $25 roughly. 20, 24, no, 20, almost $30 off. Almost $30 off. So 12, 24, another 5%. So it'd be $6. So yeah, $31, $32. So that's not bad. It's under $100 for a year for, all this Tutorial Edge stuff. And of course, just like W3 schools, they have a ton of courses on various things. Go, building gRPC microservices, Hacker News clone, and Vue.js. Wow. Okay. SaaS websites with React and Node. I mean, these are all premium data structures, building a production-ready REST API. Wow. 29 lessons, 4 hours. That's crazy. Wow. It's a lot of premium content. Docker for beginners. I'm not sure why that would be a premium one, but, shoot me over the CI/CD. Okay, I will shoot you over the CI/CD thingy. Let me see, there it is. That is the CI/CD thingy. There you go. There's that one. Just wish they had a full Go course with all these versus all these mini ones. Well, that's why you can go to go.dev and they will hook you up. And those are the legit folks that built the shit. So, or at least, helped build the shit. Go.dev is the website for all of this, including they have tutorials as well. Creating a module, started with multi-module workspaces, accessing a relational database. I figure when we come back, we'll just continue going through these because, that's going to get me to a database, developing a REST API. So we'll be able to play around with creating RESTful APIs, something called generics, declare and use and functions or types that are written to work with any set of types. Whoa. Okay. Ooh. And speaking of test harnesses, you got some fuzzing going on there. So you can create inputs that you can use to test. So there'll be some testing there. So, and you can look through some of those items. So, there's a new update for Go, by the way. What? Oh, Go.120.3. Okay, well, open. So Go.1.20.3 is available for download for all of you fine Golangites, Golangons, Go Klingons. Something like that, yeah. All right. Yes, run that. Yes, I wish to run random executables. I think I'm gonna go. I appreciate everybody sticking it out with me for the last, 2 hours here as we continued on through. Go check us out on twitch.tv/breaksec. If you're here watching, but if you're on the VODs and you've watched this on YouTube or something, twitch.tv/breaksec. And there I am, my pretty self, in a bit of a delay, if you will. It's kind of weird looking at myself. And so, looks like Strager's on doing some more stuff. So, Strager, I will raid Strager. If you're wanting to do some more coding and applications and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to be out this week. I'll be on Discord and Slack and stuff if you want to join those and hang out. One of the things I enjoy about Holiday is being completely unplugged from InfoSec news. So, and I've told my boss I will not be available, so don't try to call me because I won't have anything of work related next to me. So. But yeah, I'll be back on the 16th or at a minimum the Tuesday following, which would be like the 18th or something. So just keep an eye out, and I'll do some announcing or something when I get back. So, all right, hope everyone has a good holiday, good week. Enjoy spring break, and we'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, everybody. If you want to hang out for a second here, we'll hook up with Strager and see what Strager's doing. So. There it is. All right. See y'all later. Bye.